Hi folks, how you doing? Welcome to another video. As you can see, it is absolutely sweltering today. It's been quite hot all week. It's been a weird week as well. So, I mean, I can't remember what we did. I hadn't got a lot done last week because all the crap that was going on. This week, I haven't got a lot done because we've been running around here, there and everywhere. Monday was in London, picked up all the bits for all the rest of the bits for the Mini. Went down to his house. It was nice to meet him actually. So they're all on the shelf up there. Apart from the engine and gearbox, I stuck them in the garage out of the way. They're a little bit heavy. I don't want to keep moving around and damaging them, so I've just stuck them in the garage out of the way till I need them. Most of the stuff for the Mini is all brand new. He's gone out and bought a lot brand spanking new, nuts, bolts, everything. So I've got to go through everything when we start putting it together, and it will be awesome when it's done. Tuesday was pretty much a write-off. I had to go down to the police station Tuesday evening or late afternoon, so spent some time tidying up round the back, but that was about all we did. And then I've pretty much been working on this. This has taken a while. Oh, I worked on the van a little bit. Hold on. My little ketchup packet's a little bit aggy today. It's not a great day for her. She needed heat packs in this heat. I'm not going to say anymore before I get absolutely battered. If nobody hears from me after today, you know why. But try not to swear on video. Why are you so angry? Okay, fair enough. Right. So I've spent some time on the van this week. On Monday, like I said, I had to go down and pick up the mini bits from Ash, and it was embarrassing. I was actually embarrassed at the state of this damn thing. So I have spent time, and I gave her a wash, but I've also took all of the sign writing off. Because it's been warm, it actually come off quite easy. Obviously the bodywork is still crap, but at least it doesn't look like, you know, a pikey van anymore. And my wheels are shiny. I didn't polish them. I did actually just clean all the brake dust off of them. Bit of oven cleaner and a jet wash. Beautiful. So yeah, I did spend a day, you know, making the van look a little bit more respectable. Michelle helped. She did a little bit on one side. Like I said, she's aggy, you know. My brother come up, had to do some more on his gate. Yeah, Saturday. It was Saturday, wasn't it? We went to Peter's. It was Saturday, yeah. Yeah, so we went to Peter's on last Saturday. We was going to do his gate for him, but he's got a little dog and he didn't want Tiff in there. It's a couple of reasons. One, they hadn't met. Plus, my dad, you know, in his infinite wisdom, decided to move two doors down from my brother, and his dog's very boisterous. His dog's a big. Sorry, the sun's in the way. Yeah, his dog's a big husky. I completely forgot the word then. It just went. Yeah, yeah. Dad's dog is a big husky. Peter's dog is like a little Jack Russell thing. So yes, it's not great. And then, so yeah, Pete said like no dogs around there. And in his own words, he was just like, well, I can't let you in, you know, with, you know, and then, you know, when he said, look, like dad's can't go in. I was like, oh, fair enough. So I ended up dropping the welder off and he did a bit. He didn't have all the metal, so he had to come back. It would come over here. It's the first time he's come here. And then I finished welding it up for him, you know, because I needed the welder back to do my exhaust. That was a real backwards way of about explaining like how my brother just turned up here to fix his gate, wasn't it? So, right, carrying on. So, like I said, I've actually spent a fair bit of time on this. I had to start, I had to put some extra bracing in. I'd already got this bottom brace in, but I decided that it was beneficial to just really cut everything out. So I wanted to make sure it was solid. So I put in this extra piece of angle, and then I put in this little bar. Obviously, just I found a load of crap, just weld it all up. Doesn't matter what it looks like, it's all getting cut off. That's the adjustable stand that I'd made last week, so I know that axle stands are great, but you know, I wanted to make sure that was spot on you know, so nothing moves. So yeah, like I said, I've unstitched it completely. There wasn't any other way of doing it properly. The problem with this is it's been lashed up so badly, so like you can see where it's rotten there, and it's got this plate in here that somebody's managed to wedge in, and then it's got a plate up there. Yeah, just in a bad way. Plus, like this corner as well, this is like the jacking point, and it'd been jacked up and squashed and then welded over with all the corrosion. So yeah, it took a while straightening everything out, and then, you know, I've been making panels as I go. So I mean, I've showed you this one before. I've put the actual full shape in it now, and then made sure that's all sort of trimmed out nice. So yeah, that will, hold on, it's a little bit fettling, but yeah, that goes sort of there, follows that shape round and be perfect. I did have to cut the bottom of this off. It's a little bit corroded. That's just surface corrosion, and it just sort of meets up with the seal and then sort of all ties in. So what I'll do is I'll put a fillet in underneath that, so then that can weld back on afterwards. Kept that little bit so I can finish that edge off. Yeah, it's been, yeah, just unpicking it. The reason I've had to unpick it like this as well, rather than just sort of cut it off, is because, so this is the seal that's been bought, and these are the only seals you can buy. You can't buy a full proper seal, it's a repair panel. So I've shown it before, but I've had to weld in a piece here, and I've had to weld this up as well. So this is the original seatbelt mount, and then I put an extra brace in. This used to have a cutout that goes over this, but obviously that's not how it's supposed to be. And then we've got a flange here, a flange the other end, and the repair seals are designed to just sort of sit like in here and then just at the back. But I needed to unpick the whole lot because it's rotten here, so I've got to sort of match it all up. So we've got the cutout for where as a step, there's another panel that comes in here. I'm not going to go back to the car and show you. And then here, so I've got to sort of line this up, match it up, fabricate this bit, weld it onto that, so then I can put it back into the car. Then obviously I've still got to fabricate all of this, and yeah, it's a lot of work involved in this one. So yeah, I'm taking my time with it, because it's, although it doesn't have to be concourse, this is like quite a major structural point. You know, this is where the suspension meets the main frame of the car, hence why I made sure it hasn't twisted or buckled, or, you know, it's solid. So what else has happened this week? The panels have finally arrived for the Mini. So we had the road closed last week, and I had to get everything redelivered. Not everything's ordered, but I've got a decent amount ordered. So I've got the rear quarter for this side. So I don't know whether I mentioned before, if in the actual Mini video, I was saying about it squashed in here, which I can get out. There's no rot on this, you know, it's actually a strong panel. But it, oh sorry, it's tight down here. Yeah, it's in here, and then it's had this corner replaced. But what I can see is there's corrosion in that joint. So for the cost of that panel, for the actual whole quarter, I've decided what I'm going to do is I'll take the quarter off, I'll repair the inner arch, and then that way I can at least treat this seam and everything else. It's got a bit at the bottom as well, so I can get all of that done all in one go. So we've got a complete new rear quarter for it. We've got the step, which is this bit. And luckily it actually comes with this mount here all in one piece. So, you know, where we've got the corrosion up here, yeah, we can get it all replaced. I've been looking at this sort of, when I did my video, I said about, wasn't quite sure how this had happened. I think I've worked it out. I think what's happened is, like I said, it's had a blow here. You know, it's had an accident on this corner. I think the door might have been open and it's pulled the check strap round, and that's why they've ended up doing the A panel and then a new wing on this side as well. That's what I think. So I need to make sure everything's solid underneath. So having this whole panel so I can cut it all out and then take some measurements and make sure that's spot on is ideal. So yeah, we've had a lot going on this week. I'm sorry, I know that was a bit of a ramble, but I'll tell you what, I've got something else to show you. So as you know, we quite often go to sort of like the car boot sales. So for the past 2 weeks, we've had actually quite a decent result. So we went last Saturday and then we went today as well. Yeah, let me show you what we got. So this is the haul. So today I managed to pick up this absolutely brand spanking new 1/2 inch nut gun. £15. Can't argue with that at all. I've got a nice little micrometer in millimeters. They often come up in inches, but I prefer millimeters. It's because I understand English. £2.50. So that was today, but here's what I got last week. Still haven't even unwrapped it. So these were absolute bargains. In here, have a compression tester with almost all of the attachments, brand spanking new, £5. It's missing one attachment. Now I don't expect this to be accurate in terms of PSI, but if you're testing an engine, you know, just getting a decent baseline and making sure everything's even across the board, it's good enough. Especially for £5, over the moon. Now here's where I'm really excited. So from a car boot sale, I managed to pick up some brand spanking new TIG welder accessories. So we've got some consumables and then we've got some clear cups in there. All brand spanking new. Now, you wouldn't believe this. I paid £2 for that. £2. So even if this doesn't fit my welder, I don't care. But now here's the best bit. So, this is all plasma cutter consumables. So we got the cups, new electrodes, and then cups and electrodes. I paid £1 for all of that. £3 for all of that from the same people. How insane is that? And this is why the Great British Car Boot is awesome. You never know what you're going to find, and if somebody doesn't know what they've got, you can basically steal from them. Right, so you've heard me ramble on what I've been doing through the week. It's been about 40 minutes for me, probably about 15-20 minutes for you. But let's actually get on to what we're doing today. So I need to do some work on the van. I'm not doing any Customz cars today. It's too hot. I don't have any inclination to work on my own van, to be fair, but it has to be done. So I have filmed it, but it's not been released yet. But I have replaced the entire front suspension on the van. I fitted coilovers to it, lowered it, done all the lower bushes, but I've had it tracked up and had it all sort of all aligned, but it's got some weird wonder. it's really hard to explain. That the van drives absolutely spot on, and then you'll go over like a slight undulation, and it will just it will pull you one way and then pull you the next way, and then you sort of have to fight it to get it in a straight line. So the only thing I haven't changed on it is the top mounts. So that's what I'm going to do today. Also, welded on the exhaust the other day, one of the gaskets wasn't great, so I'm going to try and get that swapped out because it sounds like a tank. It doesn't sound half as bad as it did with no exhaust, but I still want to sort it out. So I can do that and pot around, and I don't have to worry about if I lash shit up. So yeah, hold on. So I've gone out and bought a complete kit of bits. They're the top mounts, and then we've got the bearings. That I'm not quite sure which way they sit in there. Yeah, I'll have to work that out when I get it all apart. One thing I did notice, so if you look, that's obviously I've unwrapped this one, but when I unwrapped, well, I didn't even unwrap this one, I just left it. Well, it wasn't unwrapped. You could see, hold on, it's hard to explain. So you could see that basically through the plastic. And on the van, it's slightly different. Hold on. It'd be easier if I go over to the van and show you. Right, here we go. Right, so what I was trying to say is, through the packet, they look wrong. So I put a post up on Facebook on one of the Berlingo forums, right, saying, can you measure from that bolt to the centre, that bolt to the centre? Because that's about 80 mil, that's about 60 mil. I was like, which way is it? And they're a nightmare. Every single person that's on that forum thinks they're a mechanic and thinks they know better. And instead of answering the question that I've asked, they're all like, oh, maybe you should do this and maybe you should do that. So, no, just answer the question. So I didn't want to unwrap these and then not be able to return them. That's why I put the post up. So anyway, I ended up biting the bonnet and just going inside it. But what I found out after I've unwrapped them is you can actually unscrew this little pin, and then you can turn around and screw into that side. So who knew? The Berlingos out the factory come with adjustable camber plates. So yeah, that's the plan for today. I've got to swap these over, which shouldn't take too long. I need to replace I'm going to replace all the bolts as well for new bolts, so I've got to chop them down because I've only got really long ones. Copper grease, everything, sort of everything else. Get all that swapped over. Plus I need to have a look at that quickly for my neighbour. My neighbour's a stonemason, and he's told me that his washer bottle is leaking, so I'm going to have a quick look at that. But first of all, I need to make some space, get the van in. So that's what I'm going to do. Top mount is done on this side. I've decided to put it the opposite way to what it was from the originals. I don't think they're factory, because I know for a fact the bearings were upside down. So I've decided to go for that way. It's easy enough to just switch it around if it's not, and then everything is quite nice and tidy tucked up in there. So while I was at it, like I said, new bolts, copper grease. While I've got it jacked up, I'm doing the exhaust gasket. Oh, I'm going to stand on my wheel, I'm knackered. So yeah, this is why I need to do the exhaust gasket. It's FUBAR. I'm just blowing quite badly, as you can see. So, got the new one on, but it is quite tight, and it's hot. It is hot. I'm not going to have a look at Malcolm's car today. He's decided to just sod off. As I say, it's too hot. But like I said, I've done that side. Going to do that side. Run out of the road. See how it feels. If I need to swap it over, I can. Joy of these with the coilovers is I don't really need to set the whole lot off. I can just drop that down, spin it around. It's not too hard. So, oh, I'm going to crack on. Well, it's 10 to 9 and the van is done. We've cleared up. Well, Michelle cleared up for me. sort of. There's some tools there. What are you doing? What's that? Oh, the wire brush thing that lives in the air tool drawer. Next one down, that's it. On this side. No. There. Oh. You had one job.
I'm tired.
You've done nothing. Ketchup packet. Yeah, so yeah, it turns out the top mounts were the correct way initially. I put them on like that, run it down the road, and it drove so much better, but you could feel it wasn't quite right. Just spun them around, run it up the road again. It's like a brand new van. So yeah, it was the bearings being upside down. I don't understand how that would affect it too much, but it clearly did, clearly has, and I've finally fixed my van. We'll have to get it tracked again. It's got a little bit of a pull, but I can deal with that. Now it drives in a straight line ish. I can deal with, you know, having to sort of get it tracked. Yeah, it's literally 10 to 9, so I didn't manage to get anything else done. I was spending most of the time on the van. Doing the exhaust was an absolute pain in the arse. Although it was just the gasket, well, it was blowing quite bad, but I thought it was just the front gasket. When I look back, it was every single joint. So I did go through it, I readjusted it, and yeah, sealed it up. I'm not happy with the way the exhaust sits. It's sticking out way too far at the back now since I've redone it. But it was a lash up. It's functional. It's not sounding like a tank. It's doing what it's supposed to do. And she's actually a little bit quicker. You know, so for the minute, it's done. It's dusted. When I've got time and some money, I'll probably buy some stainless. You know, practice with a TIG, and then I'll make a stainless exhaust for it or something. I don't know. Just down the road in the future. For the minute, she's done. I was hoping to get the have a look at the window as well today. Although last week I lashed it up with a cable tie. The cable tie hasn't snapped, I don't think. Because I don't think it has. Because before, what it was doing was like pushing up on the back and then just keep pushing up. Now what it's doing is it's cocking over and sort of seizing up, and you can hear it sort of going. So I think what it's doing is the cable tie is still intact, but it's just dropping off the runner. So I need to have a look at that. I don't want to spend any money on a new windy thing, because eventually I'd like to put electric windows in it. So for the minute I want to lash it up. So I was hoping to do that today, but yeah, it's just one of them things, you know. Stuff takes time, and I've got to do it. So anyway, I'm rambling on. I'm always rambling on. We need to get out of it because it's like 10 to 9. It's probably 9 o'clock now. We're supposed to be out of it. So yeah, it's been a weird old day. It's been a weird old week. Hope you enjoy the video. Please check out my friends in the description box below. Please like, subscribe, do all the things, and I'll see you for the next one. Bye.